Hey guys, this is Miss Gala. I just wanted to give y'all a brief lesson on mathematical expressions before I go into order of operations later in this lesson. So, a mathematical expression is a combination of symbols that is well formed according to rules that depend on the context. One of these rules that it's talking about is the order of operations. The order of operations is just a set of 4 steps, as you can see here, that tell you where to start when looking at a mathematical expression. First, you look for parentheses, then you'll look for exponents, then look for multiplication or division, whichever comes first when looking from left to right in a mathematical expression, and then fourth step is addition or subtraction, whatever comes first when looking from left to right. And one way to remember this order is by remembering, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And this helps you to remember what order you look for the parentheses, the exponents, the multiplication and division, and the addition and subtraction. Now we're going to look at a practice problem that helps you to use the order of operations. So I'm going to write out, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And we're first going to look at this problem, and we're going to look where is a parentheses. And our first one is right there at the front, 48 divided by 2. So we're going to write 24 minus 4 squared, because 48 divided by 2 is 24. And then plus 2 times 2. And that's our first step. Now we're going to look for our second step, which is exponents. And the only one I see is right by this 4. So 4 squared is 16, so I'm going to write out 24 minus 16 plus 2 times 2. Now we're going to look for multiplication or division in our third step. So we're going to look from left to right, and we're going to see what our first mathematic symbol is for multiplication or division, and what I see is a multiplication one. So 24 minus 16, we're just going to rewrite that because we don't need to do anything with that yet. And then 2 times 2 is 4. And then now we're going to look for an addition and subtraction. We're going to move from left to right, and whatever comes first when going from left to right, you see a subtraction. So 24 minus 16 is what we'll solve first, and that's 8. And then 8 plus 4 is the rest of the equation. So 8 plus 4 equals 12, and that will be your final answer. Now we're going to go to our next problem, which is 25 divided by 8 minus 3 squared minus 1. I'm going to write out, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally again. And in parentheses, there's 8 minus 3, so we're going to write out 25 divided by 8 minus 3, which is 5, squared minus 1. That's our first step. Now we're going to look at our second step. Where are their exponents? The only one I see is right by this 5, so we're going to write that down. 25 divided by 5 squared. 5 squared is 25. Now we're going to go to our third step. 25 divided by 25 minus 1. We're going to go from left to right to find a multiplication or division symbol. This is the only one I see. So 25 divided by 25 is 1, subtracted by 1. Then we're going to go to our fourth step, 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 equals 0, and that will be your final answer. Now I would like y'all to solve these 6 problems as homework, and then I'll go over them with you tomorrow and to make sure that you're doing it right. I tried not to do any with any exponents or too much multiplication or division. I try to keep it pretty simple as for practice, and then we would go more in depth with it the more we worked on order of operations. These are just some beginning problems. I worked more difficult problems with you so you could get a better familiarity with it. But I hope to see you all tomorrow and enjoy this lesson. Bye!